Welcome to the Beyond Sober podcast, where transformation begins and recovery is redefined. Featuring your host, Kohdi Rayne, your favorite ex-alcoholic, liver failure survivor, and dedicated recovery coach. Here, we don't just focus on sobriety, we focus on true recovery, helping you to rediscover yourself beyond the clutches of toxicity. Join our community, embrace the change, and let's redefine your life together. This is Life Beyond Sobriety.
Ding dong, bing bong, tic tac. Welcome to another episode of Beyond Sober, dude. Hey, if you're listening to this, if you haven't checked out the website, dude, beyondsober.org, you're tripping, dog. You haven't figured it all out. Meaning, you haven't looked at all the resources that are available so you can take care of yourself, man. Hopefully, that's what you've been doing. You've been out there just like hitting the gym, going for walks, drinking your water, saying nice things to yourself, all the typical things that we talk about and boast about and practice in recovery, dude. I've had the privilege of meeting some really incredible people lately. A lot of people who are new to their sobriety journey or who have been on it for a while and have been trying some new things, and they're actually getting some like really good results, man. I'm super stoked for them. But everybody's different, Aurora. Everybody's different. There's no one size fits all to this whole life journey. This is why we want to look at things and go, all right, am I getting involved with the right people? Am I getting my hands on the right resources? Am I thinking the right, kind of ideas that are moving me forward? Or am I just not drinking alcohol? Is the extent of my world the amount of alcohol I'm not drinking, dude? What else are you doing? You helping yourself out? You helping other people out? You actively attempting to improve your quality of life? You know how many people who are just faded right now, dude? It's what, Labor Day? I remember I used to party my absolute tiny little girl life away, dude. I was an alcoholic, dude. Like full-blown addiction. I was just out here taking shot after shot after shot after shot all day long. I would kill 2 bottles of tequila, dude, and then go like, hey, where's the drink at? We should hit the store. We should get some more, dude. I remember being faded on boats, dude, on rooftops. Dude, drunk over here is the exact same as drunk over there. Like, if you've ever been drunk before, if you ever blacked out, it is exactly the same, Maggie, as being at your friend's house and getting faded, and being over here, Anna Elizabeth, and being faded. Faded is faded, dude, but here's the coolest part about that. If faded is faded, then does that mean happy is also happy, dude? I mean, happy over here is the same as happy over there? Do you know what the common denominator between all experiences that we would call happy? It's us, dude. We are the in-between of every single moment. The only thing we're ever experiencing at any moment, at any time, is ourselves, dude. And you may be saying all these amazing things, and I might see this pepper right here, thank you so much, but I'm not experiencing anything other than myself. I'm literally going, these are my senses, these are my thoughts, this is my body, this is my environment. So can I even blame anything else? Like, is it really? Like, do I have to have a certain type of experience just because I'm in a certain type of place, dude? The answer is no. We are in control of our emotions, regardless if we want to accept that or not. Just because you're struggling doesn't mean you don't have control. It just means you haven't practiced that state of control with your emotions. Which is why we practice. You get good at anything you practice, man. Because the truth is that even not practicing is a type of practice. If we're not actively working towards something, then we are actively finding reasons why this is good enough. Nothing needs to change. We don't need to shift our behaviors at all because in time, maybe something will be different. We're not actively out there trying to meet new people or being open to new experiences because we're good at managing our life the way it is. It's kind of like, you got to think about this. Picky eaters, Frojo, what's up? Hey, I got a question for you, bro. Did your taste buds expand once you stopped drinking, brother? Like, were you like, no, this is like all I eat. And then now that you're not just sober, but beyond sober, you're like, oh, dude, I'll try anything. That's the interesting part about recovery is discovery, dude. It's about figuring out what might work. Maybe you actually enjoy the asparagus. Maybe a conversation with that guy over there is going to open a door to a room you didn't know you were interested in walking into, man. Tammy, what's up, girl? So good to see you. Kid and Queen, what up, girl? What are you doing? Why does alcohol make you hungry? Alcohol doesn't make you hungry per se. As a matter of fact, it numbs your awareness to how hungry you are. It removes your inhibitions, okay? So what this means is an inhibition is a boundary, okay? A boundary is a reason you say no, okay? So think about this. You're not necessarily more hungry per se. You're less likely to not consume. That's because of alcohol. Alcohol removes the reason why you would maintain portion control. Let's just say this. If you're on a diet, okay, let's just say, I'm only having 2,000 calories, and then you have a glass of wine. There goes this 2,000 calories. Because the point is that you have less care, less of a reason to say no. You may have been super strict on your diet for months, even years, but just having a glass of wine, drinking a beer, taking a shot, or having a margarita is enough for you to go, okay, everything's fine. My diet isn't that important. It's okay. I ate 500 calories less 3 days ago. What's another 500 calories today? I'll burn that off. Alcohol just gives you a reason to care less. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. That's the whole point of alcohol. Most of us don't drink alcohol because we don't care. We drink it because we don't want to care. We care so much about these specific things that it's overwhelming. So what we do is we have a drink, we have a beer, we have a glass of wine, whatever it is. We go to a bar, maybe dabble with the drink at an event or whatever it is. And we step into the illusion of not giving a fuck. That's a lie. And we all know that that's a lie. This is where we want to look at this and go, okay, if alcohol is directly responsible for my anxiety, it's adding to my depression, it's adding to my hunger pains, physical pains, emotional, psychological, financial, social, spiritual pains, what is actually going to improve if I just stop drinking it? Not if you go to a meeting. What if I just drink less? Well, about 85% of our issues just solve themselves magically when we stop drinking alcohol. And that's because alcohol is directly or indirectly associated with a majority of the way we see ourselves, see the problem, look at the world, internalize and interpret circumstances. Keep in mind, dude, when you're conscious and you're hydrated, dude, when you got your lemon water and that bill pops up, you're just going to sit here and go like, oh, well, there's that bill. But then if you've been drinking and alcohol is causing anxiety and amplifying your emotional state while attempting to numb you at the same time, you may go, this goddamn bill, every time. Happy, healthy people get happy, healthy results in life in general. Okay? In general. You drink water, you're going to get a happy, healthy result if you're a happy, healthy person. If you're miserable, you're going to get a miserable result when you drink water, because you're going to go like, this isn't alcohol. You may be hydrated, but you're a little bitter that it doesn't taste like something else. You're like, I can't believe I got to keep my calories on check. I hate this. Negativity breeds more negativity. So we want to look at this and go, okay, well, who am I if I'm deciding to drink alcohol, dude? So back to food. We got to remember this. If you're eating more when you're drinking, it's because you have less of a reason to eat less. More people binge on food. Remember, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you just had 10 shots, you're highly likely to have 10 tacos too. Have you ever, dude, how many times have we just like, oh, dude, give me everything on the menu, bro. I want 2 chicken tacos, extra sour cream, dude. Throw that sauce on there too, bro. I want a cheesy 7-layer with a cup. Give me the potatoes, dude. I need extra salt on the side. That's all because we're buzzed, bro. That's all because we're buzzed. The flip side to that, also, this is another reason why you may be eating more when you're drinking. You may be very health conscious or have a level of consciousness to the way you're eating, how much you're consuming, and what you're eating. And then when you drink, you have removed your commitment to that specific regimen. So what happens is you just go like, hey, I'll just eat. I wasn't hungry until I stopped caring. Now I want to eat everything. But then also, here's even more, dude. It's not Pepsi. Here's even more. If alcohol is an amplification unit, and it's also a depressant, and it causes anxiety, causes depression, raises your cortisol, then what happens is you may step into an emotional state. If alcohol isn't numbing everything out and it's actually helping you step further into your poor mental health, maybe you're struggling with something, maybe something happened, maybe you've been holding on to something, maybe you haven't been social, maybe you've been antisocial for some time, and now that you're drinking, it's kind of bubbling to the surface. Well, not only do you have almost zero inhibitions, zero reasons to say no, you're also in an emotional state, and emotional eating is a thing. So we want to really just say alcohol can't solve anything. Literally, the only thing that alcohol is really good for is like a disinfectant, right? You get a cut, you get a wound, you've been in battle, and you don't have a doctor. You can use alcohol to disinfect things. What's up? What's up, Heather? You could use alcohol to burn things. Let's just say you lost a limb. Light that on fire. Let's just say you ran out of gas. You could use use alcohol as a form of gasoline. Light that engine on fire. You could make it to the gas station. These are all appropriate uses of alcohol. But lighting ourselves on fire from the inside out isn't necessarily the best idea, especially if we actually have a bit ambition, right? If we're trying to do things, if we want to make magic happen. What's up, Jude? If we have goals, if we have aspirations, there is nothing that alcohol is going to give us that we don't already have access to, man. And that's the whole trip. I was just working with a homie a little while ago, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I've done time, man. I've got a family. I've got this. I've got that. I've got whatever." But now that I'm not drinking, I don't even know how to reach happiness anymore. He was a firm believer that he was happier when he was drinking, or is easier for him to be happy or feel happy while he was under the influence, in and out of rehab and all these things. But the reality with the circumstances is he was stepping into the illusion of happiness. And now that he's sober, now that he's focusing on his health and happiness, and he's a part of the Beyond Sober program, he's now actively focusing forward and designing a brain and body that he could actually enjoy. The key came down to him giving himself permission to be happy for little to no reasons. And one of the biggest things is people going, well, I have the house, I have the girl, I have the kids, I have the car, I have the job, and I'm still not happy. Well, alcoholics or people that struggle with substance abuse aren't the only people that deal with that. Do you know how many sad millionaires I've met? Incredibly successful people that do not drink alcohol struggle with the exact same thing. What is the common denominator? I thought the money was going to fix it. I thought the happiness was in the house. You bought it, right? I thought the happiness was in the family. You got one. I thought the happiness was in the kid. You got two. Why are you not happy? It's because happiness is a practice. It's a state of being. It is something we reach every single day and reach towards consciously and subconsciously. So working with this amazing gentleman a little while ago, we had to basically kind of change his perspective, which is what Beyond Sober does. Shift his perspective to realize that he's done the work and he's allowed to reap the reward. He can bask in the glory of his successes. He doesn't have to work harder. He actually has to do less. And now that he could do less, he has less of a reason to drink and more of a reason to care. Michael, dude, I see you, bro. I need help. I can't do the withdrawals again. Good. So don't do them. Don't do the withdrawals again. You know what it feels like, right? Are you using the fear of withdrawals to create the actuality of having them? You've got to understand this, dude. Saying, I can't do the withdrawals again is, Sean Dog, what's up, bro? Saying, I can't do the withdrawals again, that's just wrong. That's a lie. You obviously can. We all can, and most of us have. But using the word can't is, first off, framing your subconscious to make sure that it's nearly impossible. Is someone sexy coming in here right here? Just saying the word can't, right? I can't do it. It's not me. I'm the one. I am the one. I have such unique circumstances. My withdrawals are so insane. There's no pill. There's no environment. There's no solution. Nobody has ever experienced the withdrawals that I go through. And so we set ourselves up to feel like an actual failure, dude. We're sitting here going, oh, damn. Well, Technically I can, but I'm not. What is that all about? Now, if you're in fear of withdrawals and the fear of withdrawals is making you drink more, you are literally setting yourself up for an addiction, an extreme addiction. How do I know this? I'm an ex-alcoholic liver failure survivor. It was the fear of withdrawals and my unwillingness to go through the detox process that literally had me drinking 30 shots a day, and to the point of my heart stopping, dude. My veins burst in my throat, my stomach filled with blood, dude. I ended up in 4 hospitals, bro. It was no joke. Not only that, but my liver failed too. All because I said exactly that. I can't do the withdrawals, and more importantly, I don't want to do the withdrawals. I program myself through what's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. The thing that I was trying to avoid with alcohol was caused by the thing I was using to avoid it with, the alcohol. You cannot solve the problem with the problem. Here's another trip. Most people, their withdrawals kick in within the first 8 hours. Usually the peak of your withdrawals, if you're gonna have them. Most people don't have them, and if they do, they're very mild. Within 8 hours. 48 hours later, you may be less numb, so you may be more aware of these symptoms, but they're not necessarily getting worse unless your condition is literally worsening, which is on 50% of people that have a severe dependency on alcohol are going to have severe withdrawals, or withdrawals that they literally can't handle on their own. So check this out, bro. If you're afraid of the withdrawals, you've already gone too far. Healthy people, or people that have a healthy relationship with alcohol, don't live in fear of the amount of alcohol they're drinking because they don't consume enough to be afraid. If you've been through withdrawals before, this is going to sound a little harsh, but you haven't learned your lesson yet. You haven't, that pain wasn't bad enough. You know, it only gets worse, right? What part of you are you sacrificing to keep drinking? What part of who you are do you no longer have access to, all because you believe you need to stay under the influence? You've already given up so much of yourself for one thing. You've technically given up your entire life to maintain your relationship with alcohol. When it comes to recovery, you're giving up one thing to gain access to the entire world, or everything that you're ignoring. Drinking will never be worth it for me again. Same, dude. It's only as good as your last drink. Speaking of last drinks, hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm phenomenal.
Good.
What's the news? How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. It's been a good day. Been a great Labor Day.
Yes, we filmed content.
Yes, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's got some stuff popping off, dude. We got some slow motion booty shots. They were quite nice. Well, dude, she's not only a fitness instructor, yoga master, doing crazy stuff, dude. All eyes on her all the time.
Well, it's good to find something that gives me motivation just to feel better about me. I know this is my crutch. I've already heard about it on live before. It's the final boss of all my things. Just let me have this. It's Labor Day. But no, thank you. It's been fun to have you kind of see me through your eyes and find other things that are healthy and good that make me recognize where I need to keep my focus in order to keep the projection of the best life coming my way. So
there you go. Well, you're focusing forward, babe. That's what I was talking about when we got in here. I was like, I love being on this journey with you because we're on the same mission. It's not like you're trying to get over here and I'm trying to go over there. No. We're both focused in the same space. We may achieve these things in different ways, but the mission, the purpose, the emotion, the drive is exactly the same.
And the support. I think that's right. That being someone's cheerleader, whether that's a friend or a coworker. I mean, we're just very blessed and lucky to have that partnership. Right. But, regardless of which, you still have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be the one that motivates you to keep listening to those podcasts, showing up on live, journaling, meditating, going to the gym, whatever that modality is for you. But yeah, it's really nice to have a cheerleader.
I'm your biggest fan, man.
Same.
A recovery warrior. I feel like the people I had to give up weren't meant to be in my life as well, plus the drink.
Yeah.
Bro, that is power right there.
Super hot.
And a lot of our perspectives change once we prioritize ourselves. Now, I just had a conversation with this gentleman earlier, and he says, hey, man, I'm going to have to be a little selfish. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. As a matter of fact, it's a requirement for you to figure out what works and what doesn't work for you. Just because you're not spending all of your time serving other people doesn't mean that's a problem. As a matter of fact, she's taking care of herself when I'm not taking care of her. I'm taking care of me when she's not taking care of me. We are focusing on ourselves, for ourselves, and to be the best partners, best friends for each other. She benefits because I'm going to the gym, dude. And then I benefit because she's going to the gym. So selfish means, like, this is the definition of selfish. Selfish means you're basically plowing over other people's wants and needs and safety to satisfy yourself. So it is disregarding other people so you could basically win. That's selfish. It is not selfish to remove the people that are causing harm, that are toxic. It is not selfish for you to change your lifestyle, change your name, dude. Whatever you've got to do in your own right that feels accurate, that's going to help you operate at a higher quality of life, or at least feel like you are. So when we start focusing forward and go like, I'm not just going to not drink less, I'm actually going to stay open to all areas of my life that could be negative or could be impacting me emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, energetically, socially. I'm going to stay open to those negative influences, and I'm going to shift my attention. The trippy part is, if you're the only one of the people you know that are getting rid of toxicity, you're going to feel super alone because they're all going to link together and stay together because they're all equally miserable. While you're going, nah, bro, I'm out here growing. Those people, this is why we say, let the trash take itself out. People, as they start to see you looking healthy and you're looking sexy, they go like, oh, dude, I can't even keep up with those people. Right, because they're on a different trajectory. Frojo knows, man. When you stop drinking, when you stop partying, which is a healthy thing. Like who said this? Someone said it was Keanu Reeves. That's what you were saying.
Oh, because he turned 60 today.
Yeah.
For anyone that's a big Keanu fan like us, like, it should be a national fucking. It should be a worldwide holiday. Just my opinion.
Facts. But he said, what did he say? I don't want to live in the world where people think my kindness is a weakness.
Where kindness is considered a weakness.
That's insane, dude. Like taking care of yourself, drinking more water.
And just being kind is considered weak?
Yeah. Like being considerate is not a form of weakness. That's one of the greatest strengths. Because we're all self-centered. Everybody is self-centered. We're all doing this for ourselves, Pebbles. You think you're the only one getting something out of this? You think I'm not benefiting from this conversation? I'm winning. I also grow from these conversations. What we do and what we don't do at every single moment is a reflection of what we would call selfish behavior, also self-care. So there's unlimited benefits to taking care of yourself, man. And I'll tell you this, if you've never experienced this before, the people you meet when you're taking care of yourself are next level, dude. When you are kicking it with cats that want to see you win, when they have their own interests, when they have their own stories, they've got their own issues, but they're using all of these things to grow and get better and help others, you are inevitably going to get healthier and help others. You are going to expand just by proximity, dude. Those people stick around, and you actually want to stick around for those people. Because most of the people that run healthy circles or focus in healthier behaviors want to see each other continue winning. And maybe that's lending something, borrowing something. Maybe that's just spending time with each other. But there's so many times when I go to the gym to work out and I end up having an hour conversation, I didn't get any workout. It's because everyone's kicking so much ass. I'm done. I left them. Now I'm solo. Oh, dude, I believe that, dude. Hopefully I'm reading that correctly. 60 days? Holy crap, dude. 18 days sober? So what does that mean? 60 days here too? So Schwenk, what does that mean?
Well, we're about to find out. Hi, Austin.
Is Austin in the building?
He
What's
is.
up, dude?
What up?
We were listening to you earlier, brother.
Yeah, he had a good live earlier for sure.
Yeah, we'll do this on behalf of Austin. We're gonna. Oh, I see. There he is. What's up, bro? We had a lot of people. I'm sorry. When we chimed in, it was getting pretty hot and heavy. Some AAers, some always alcoholics, some always addicted. Were attempting to give you some crap about you not doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Or about there's only one way that you could possibly get and stay sober, possibly maintain sobriety and move through recovery. It's if you give yourself to a higher power. Is if you indoctrinate yourself into a personality that is outside your own character, bro. If it works, it works. Yeah, dude, it does.
And that's our thing. I was raised in AA. Just so anyone here that's a big AAer, good for you. I love that for you. It worked for a lot of people that I knew growing up. I wasn't trying to hijack, but I just wanted to say when I was listening, because I was in the bathroom and he was kind of running around before we went to the gym and stuff, and babies are gone for the day. It was just one of those things where someone on Austin's Live said, take those cotton balls out of your ears and stick them in your mouth. Something like that, where it's like, again, you are allowed to feel the way that you feel about it, but it doesn't mean that you're right with someone else's journey. What is the fucking goal here? Yeah. We're all trying to be better if we're listening to stuff like this. If we're not, scroll on. There's more for you. You can find another coach. You can find another way to do it, a different modality that works for you or not. That's a choice. It is your belief. It does not need to be Bible. There's no reason to chastise people for getting healthy in a way that's healthy for them.
Facts. Every journey is individual anyway. It's like, even if you go the AA route, you are going to do it in your own way. But if that doesn't resonate with how you learn, what you feel, how you think, your trajectory, then it's not going to work for you. And as a matter of fact, it's not designed for most people. The success rate is like 7%. And if you even go GPT, you go Google, you see like, why don't people like AA? It's because of the low success rate, which is not a good thing. That's it should be the opposite, right?
Well, and argue that until they're blue in the face.
Yeah, low success rate. And what was the other thing? They said like it was a low success rate. I don't know. There's a whole nother reason.
Well, I mean, let's just even bring it back to a person that you talked to a while ago that had been in your program when you first started designing it, and she's been through a lot of different things to be free of alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And she said, first off, like she was mandated to go to AA because she had a DUI, which is normal, which is legal. Get that. But at the same time, in her state, she had to do that for X amount of times. And she said she was 19 at the time.
Yeah.
And first thing she said was, the fucking creeps, dude. The creepy dudes.
Yeah.
Honing in. I remember that being a kid, being sat at AA tables, like coloring in my books, like everyone's smoking cigarettes, doing their thing, whatever. And I'm so glad that my mom got sober. I am not chastising AA for that or whatever, but my mom was a good mom. And she was like, don't talk to that person. Don't look over there. Do not go to the bathroom by yourself. Don't do... It's true. I went to Al-Anon for fucking decades. Decades.
Damn.
Married an alcoholic. Almost married another one. There was all my family stuff. Don't look in that direction. Don't go there. Don't share a book with that guy. Don't do your notes with that person. Definitely get a female sponsor because they're all going to try to... a lot of people's experience is negative in that way because it's not a safe place to have that talk therapy, to have that...
But then again,
it's too bad.
On the flip side of that, there's a lot of people who've been like, I've had a great AA experience.
Absolutely.
Love that for you, dude. So why are you over and beyond sober? It's because they want more. There's a reason why there's more. There's always going to be more. When you're on a personal, when you're expanding upon yourself and you're learning about you maintain almost an addiction to the expansiveness of self, of your human experience. So you start reading books, you start watching podcasts, you start, hanging out with cats like us, you start building communities, you start getting involved, and you start gaining more and more and more interest. One of the things that I like to say is, dude, either they don't want you to know this information, or they don't know the information, or they do know the information and won't tell you. Either they don't know it and can't tell you, or they do know it and won't tell you. This is specifically designed to help you not need it. I want you to get your certificate and never come back. I don't ever want you to have to come back into the program. But the reality is that every single person, I've supported thousands of people. There's 15,000 people that have connected with me and Beyond Sober, okay? Thousands of people active right this very minute. Hundreds of people I work with one-on-one, which goes back to this question, the Dirk Diggler, if I sign up on your course, how involved are you? 100%. You're learning from me, you're hearing from me, you're connecting with me, you're on my calendar, I'm your accountability coach. We respond 24/7. We're meeting numerous times. Like, I'm the guy. Like, I'm a one-man show, dude. That was my ADHD going somewhere. See, I tried to wrangle myself. I tried. Oh, so here's the trip. Every single person out of everybody that I've worked with, they have all said that they tried AA. They all tried Smart Recovery. They all tried everything else. If you want free advice, you're going to get free results. If you go to a free program, you're going to get free accountability. If you want free, you're going to get free. Like, that's just what it is. You want professional, you're going to work with a professional. You're going to have to invest in yourself. Time, money, energy, resources, whatever. The best of us in the world, the happiest, most successful and abundant and grateful human beings literally hired someone to help them become who they knew they were. This is why programs and courses and opportunities like that exist, is so you have the data right here, plus the community and the coaches and support like Austin to be able to specifically guide you, not this generalized concept, follow this or else. Most people don't work that way, but going, here's the tools. How do you want to use it? No, hey, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I see how you got there, but this is actually what's going to happen if you use that tool in this way. As a matter of fact, you don't want to use that tool at all because you've got ADD, bro. That is not going to work for you. I don't want you to read. You're going to get tired and you're not going to do any work. I want you to listen. I want you to clean your house and hear this. I want you to go for a walk and listen. I want you to practice these things because it's designed for you, specifically, Cactus. You're a different human being. So when we look at all of this, we go, okay, if it's my journey, then what type of journey do I want to have? The whistle. Do I want to have a journey where I feel like I'm restricted and can only do certain things? Or do I want to create something for myself that actually is kind of like self-sustaining and fueling? I feel good about what I'm doing. Every time Cactus looks in the mirror, he says, you're the sexiest dude in this room. That's for sure. Or do you want to go like, hey, bro, you ain't good enough, bro. You can do this. Dude, if guilt and shame and anger worked, dude, there would be no wars. There would be no problems. We'd have no problems whatsoever. Hang on. So, Jen, I disagree with that, but I do agree that certain programs work best with certain individuals. That's good. This is why so many programs work or are out there. If you enjoy what AA offers, it will work for you. All you have to do is show up, do the things, follow the directions, sing Kumbaya, and get your chip good to go. If you have ADD, ADHD, BPD, PTSD, CPTSD, you're on the TISM, dude. If you're on the spectrum, if you have a combination of all those things like I do, like she does, like we do, don't put us in a box. Definitely don't court mandate us to be there either, because the answer is no. Not going to do it. The second it feels like it's not my choice is the second I try and sabotage either myself so I won't do it or the thing so I don't have to. That's just how my brain works. I'm not actually going to cause havoc, but I will, cause a fuss. That's for sure. You're on the spectrum. I think we're all on the spectrum to some degree. I'll have 18 years of continuous sobriety all in a row in October 2024. Eric, dude, that's gangster, man. I'm so proud of you, man. That is a lot of experience right there. So my question to you, Eric, is are you the same person? Just not drinking 18 years later? You're doing all the same things? Feeling the same way? Going to the same places? You know all the same people? Or can you actively say that you've grown as a person and there's absolutely no way that you would ever do what the older version of you would do? I see you making magic over there.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. I'm sorry. Were you asking me a question?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to answer someone.
Yes, Austin. I love this, brother. I think it's fair to look at all recovery programs with a critical eye. 100%, dude.
Do your homework.
100%.
When you need to get to a goal. Why is that weird? In any facet of any subject, that would be correct.
Yes. Dude, I even talk to people.
Said that?
Oh, I don't know. I talk to people all the time who are going like, hey, I just had a few questions about your program. Does it do this? Do you cover this? Blah, blah, blah. They're specifically interested in areas that I don't focus on. Like I'm not here to recommend medications. I'm not here to act like a doctor. I'm not going to act like your sponsor. No, you can't call me when you're about to drink something. That's not what this is. So when people come up to Beyond Sober and we're working together as a community or as a team or as a unit, it is very specific the way we work together. This is why getting to know people in the program, specifically getting to know me and giving me an opportunity to get to know you, Mike, helps me curate your experience. So whether we're working together like coaching or I'm just guiding you through the program as you progress through it, I know that Mike thinks like this, he feels this way, he's struggling with these things. So there's a very specific way we want to have conversations because I know what works for Mike. I know what type of person Mike is. I also know what his goals are. So I know what tools I could hand to him so he could like continue succeeding without me and without the program. There's other people that go, no, dude. If you don't have a physical location or you're not doing group calls, which is pretty common, if you're not meeting with a group of people every single week, I don't feel like I'm a part of a community. I don't want to use an app. I don't want to send a message. I don't even want to show my face. I don't even want to be involved like that. So you, Beyond Sober, doesn't offer me the type of community that I want. So I'm like, cool. Well, I'm not going to build all this stuff for you because the people that benefit from this enjoy the type of communities that we have. And so we want to capitalize and triple down on that as much as possible. So Austin is absolutely correct, dude. You want to look at his programs, my programs, the combination of he and I. Keep in mind, dude, we're just running circles in the same space, dude. We're actively supporting each other. Some people like kicking it with the dude that, kind of looks like Pauly Shore and has 2 hats and survived liver failure. I've been through the pain. A lot of people connect to that. But then there's a lot of badass, amazing people that love Austin's face, love his message, love his energy, and really want to work with him. Mm-hmm. We encourage that, dude. This is why I'd be like, hey, have you seen Austin? He's probably your guy. You want to do that. I just met a super amazing grief coach. What was that, like 2 days ago?
3.
3 days ago?
And he was
holy crap, dude.
Wow, dude.
Working with this cat, man. I'm so stoked to like welcome him to the Beyond Sober like coaching.
I know, I wish he was on here right now.
He might pop up, dude. Like listening to his message, just being on a Zoom call with this guy, it's just so insanely humbling, bro. Like it's next level stuff, man. But everybody's different. Wait, what's the program? Beyond Sober? I Googled, but yeah. So if you type in Beyond Sober or just go to beyondsober.org, or the easiest way is just go to my page. It's right there. Just go to the link on the bio. Hit that. You're going to get the pop-up. It'll give you everything. You got access to all this stuff. I just released the Sober and Strong Fitness and Nutrition Guide. I'm in the gym every single day, and countless people have been like, I don't know what to eat now that I'm not drinking. I don't know how often I should be moving my body. I don't know about meditation. I don't know about these things. So I built Sober and Strong. It's called Transform Your Body Post-Alcohol. So if you're not drinking alcohol or you've already stepped into your sobriety realm and you want to take it to another level, hit the website, dude. When you go and check out the recovery guide by just dropping your email in there, the pop-up on the recovery guide is access to the Sober and Strong guide. Super duper sick. It's for you. I want you to have it. Just enjoy it. Hungover while watching this, Melissa, you're going to want to drink some water. Hangovers are from primarily dehydration and lack of sleep. So if you're hungover, what time is it right now?
6:18.
6? You had a long one. My knees are getting better with nutrition. Hell yeah, dude. I believe that. Nutrition changes the game.
For sure.
Can you give me a quick synopsis of the steps after you commit and sign up? Jamie, if you're referring to the Beyond Sober program, there's only 6 areas that we focus in. And I just ran this by this grief coach, and he's like, that's exactly what we teach too, but we teach it in a different way and for different reasons. The first module of Beyond Sober, we're focusing on the art of radical acceptance. We have to practice accepting things as they are so we don't punish ourselves for what they're not. You could wish this was a English bulldog, but it's a wiener dog. Whether you like it or not, accept it. Your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings about how long this wiener is doesn't change the fact that it's the wiener. It just is. You see what I'm saying?
It's not comparable via size.
So once we practice acceptance, which we spend about a week doing that, then we have to understand habits. Not just like changing habits. If you don't even understand what a habit is, how it got there, what's a good one, what's a bad one, the misconceptions of habits and what you're doing, even the way you're sitting right now, that's a habit. Did you do that on purpose, Austin?
As you say that, I'm like, my posture was just...
And when did you consciously put yourself in that position, or did you just shift? You do this repeatedly. Remember, if you weren't good at sitting the way that you're sitting right now, you simply would not sit that way. It is a reflection of a habit. You've created a habit. But then there's a difference between a habit and a practice. And so we go in deep into like the science of habitual behavior. So you actually have some relief in knowing that you're actually in a state of control. 111 over here. Now that you're in control, we actually want to step into module 3, which is developing new healthy habits. Some people think that a healthy habit is saying what you don't want. I just don't want to be angry anymore. Well, you could say that 1,000 times, and all you're telling your brain is angry, angry, angry. That's not a good, healthy habit. A healthy habit is shifting the way you're saying something and going, I have a habit, or I'm developing a new healthy habit of going, when I start thinking about what I don't want, I actively say what I do want. You are developing an automatic change in perspective in real time, puts you in a state of control. Then we're helping you specifically develop new habits aside from drinking water, which we start doing from module 1. First thing in the videos. First thing, get your water. Where's your water at? New healthy habits. Then once we've moved through there, we have module 4, which is called Back to the Future. Back to the Future is looking at all of the things that you've been using to drink, to punish yourself, to make your life more miserable than it needs to be. When we can shift and rewrite the story that we've been using to make our lives miserable, which gives us a reason to drink, we now feel in control. We have less of a reason to drink, more of a reason to care. When I was talking to my homie, he calls this good grief, which is hanging on to the emotion, hanging on to the memories, but not allowing it to override us to such a degree where we feel we need to escape our own brain and body with a substance. This is power. We do not start in this module because it is triggering you to drink if you're not ready. A lot of people go like, no, I just need to heal my trauma and I'll stop drinking. Wrong. The reason you started drinking isn't the reason you continue to drink. It's just not. Can't be. You're a different person now. Not only that, but you've been causing trauma in your brain and body for X amount of years. So we need to focus on who you are, where you are right this very second. Once we've moved through these areas, then we want to 10x your success, which is that big X right there, which is tripling down on everything you love. Like literally getting extremely clear with what works, what could work, with what has worked, and what is working. It is very specific and strategic, because without these other modules, other areas of focus, you just start doing all this aimless thing, or all these aimless things, thinking that they're good for you and it could work, and you just feel more lost, and that leads you back to another drink. So, not fun. That's module 5. And then the last area is life beyond sobriety, which is regimen, fitness, nutrition, thoughts, feelings, actions, futures, design, intent, purpose. It is so detailed. Most people don't even need the whole program. And I did that on purpose. I want you to get the results that you're looking for as soon as humanly possible. Whether I'm working with somebody one-on-one just like this, or someone's going through the program, it's almost identical, because we're focusing on these very specific areas that are designed specifically for who you are deep down, not who you think you are based on what you've been through. Is power, dude. But There, on the flip side, some people don't want to learn online. Some people don't want to coach. Some people want to go into a room. Some people want to do a medicated journey. Some people want to do supplements and nutrition and try and change their whole life. Some people want to move to a different city and see if that works. But each journey is completely different. So I'm encouraging you, if you're even remotely interested, feel free to hit the link in my bio, beyondsober.org. Leave me a message and I get back to you. I respond to messages all day, every single day. What you don't choose, what you don't change, you choose. Sherry, I think that's what you were saying.
Choose what you don't change.
Facts. That's exactly it. Not drinking, slowly changing the thinking. 100%. Anyone, yeah, that's interesting. The very second. Questionable at best. The very second. Not sure what that means. 30 days sober. Thank you for the reality check. You're so welcome. I'm trying to go. He's getting, I know, it's getting toasty in here.
Boiling because the sun is coming in.
I know, we got the sun coming straight through the windows right now. It is super hot. How do I sign up? Just kidding. I know how to sign up. You guys know how to jump on this, dude. Beyondsober.org. Just hit the link in my bio. It's right there. I make it like stupid easy, dude. Keep in mind, dude, all I do all day long is answer questions and help people to the best of my human ability. My entire day is really designed around how can I take care of myself so I can be the best version of me for you. I want you to have what I have. I want you to know what I know. Because when I was sick, when I was addicted, when I was lost, when I was in pain, nobody was there. This knowledge, this information didn't exist in the ways that it does now. I created everything that I wish I had when I needed a hospital, when I was ready to give up, and I did. That's what Beyond Sober is all about. And that's because people were just like, hey, dude, how do you get sober? You put the drink down, you wait 4 days, that's it, you're done. How do I stay sober and how do I get healthy is the real question. What does Beyond Sober mean? I love that question, dude. Actually just put a video out. It's 2 videos back. No, it's the last video I put out. And it says, I'm not sober. I'm not sober, bro. Bro, I'm beyond sober. Sober just means I would rather be drinking than I'm not. Sober means I'm in between drinks. Sober means I have a problem with alcohol and it's not affecting me right now. Sober means I would drink if I could, but I can't, so I'm not. Sober means that there's an underlying issue. Sober means that you're highly likely to take a drink. Sober means you're not recovered. Sober doesn't even mean that you're in an active state of recovery. Beyond sober means you are so sober, dude, that you're not sober anymore. I haven't consumed alcohol in over 7 years. I don't identify as a sober person because I don't drink. I'll never drink. This version of me has never had alcohol. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm an ex-alcoholic. That means I was in an emotional relationship, emotionally dependent, physically dependent, just like with the person with alcohol. We broke up, dude. Not only did I break my physical addiction, I broke my emotional entanglement. I'm an ex. That was an old relationship. Just like any other relationship and friendship that's no longer around. We're ex-homies. We're ex-friends. We are ex-is. We're exes. So Beyond Sober, the whole concept is I don't care if you're sober, dude. I want to get you so far beyond it, you forgot you ever even had a problem. I want you so self-aware and involved with yourself and your progress that alcohol isn't something that you're actively needing to stay away from. It's something you actively have zero interest in. Not because of any other reason other than you deserve to be healthy and happy. Beyond Sober. There are more sober and absolutely miserable people out there than there are happy, healthy people. Sober is not like some feat. It is in the beginning. But sober has been taken on as a personality. This is why so many people on social media, they are using their own pains and anguishes and stepping into this sober thing, and it is all that they are. But that's also their limitation. Sober is a loaded statement. I don't want you to be sober. I want you to be healthy. Healthy people don't need to stay sober or be sober. They just are. They don't use labels. They don't use words that create limitations. And if they are using words that identify themselves, They are expansive words like superhuman, recovered, or even recovering if they need to talk about their alcoholic behavior and what they're struggling through. My personal mission is to get you out of sober and into recovery, dude. Sober takes 4 days. You put the drink down, wait 4 days. Clinically, you're sober. You're just as sober as Austin and I. You're just as sober as someone that's been in AA their entire life and will always be in AA. You're just as sober as someone that has never had alcohol and never will. You're just as sober as someone like me, like 7 years, will never drink alcohol and hasn't drank alcohol, hasn't lapsed, hasn't relapsed. Sober is sober. You can't get more sober than sober, because sober just means not under the influence of alcohol, not drunk. That's it. So if that is the only goal we're searching for, then cool. You could reach that accomplishment in only 4 days. It's what happens after that. A lot of people think that it's the time away from the substance or the distance between the drinks that determines how healthy they are. It's not, dude. Because you could sit naked in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos since your last drink, and you're the same exact person, which means you are equally capable of picking up a drink and messing it all up again. We have to grow.
Did you just have like an old memory, like naked in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos?
I think that's a Louis C.K. quote that I haven't. Yeah, because I'm just naked in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos. You know.
You saying you want a beanbag for Christmas?
It's too leathery. It's too sticky.
They make fuzzy ones, you know.
They do make fuzzy ones.
Remember the big one that we used to have?
That's very real. It's so true, dude. Dane Cook. Yeah, that's exactly. It was Dane Cook.
Maybe it was Dane.
It was Dane Cook, dude. Yeah. You feel once Beyond Sober, they will not be interacting with you for the most part? Yeah. Most people that go through Beyond Sober, we'll say this. The community is the community. And what I've noticed through the years is that those that have graduated kind of find this deep-rooted purpose in their, not just sobriety, but their recovery. So some of these people become recovery coaches for the Beyond Sober program. They graduate, they get their certificate, it's on their wall, that's this guy right here. Then they go and they help other people, either through the Beyond Sober program or in their own coaching programs. I build coaching programs professionally. When I'm not working with people, I'm helping other coaches get their knowledge out there into a format that can change millions of lives. Now, the community, they kind of linger together as long as they feel safe and invited and welcome. There's active conversation, new participants. As people feel like they have more to offer, they will share more. But one of the things that happens, which is super beautiful, is in time you start seeing less of the OGs, less of the people. They don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
They really are so good. Like, I'm talking about people who are now married with 2 kids. They don't need Beyond Sober anymore. That was the point, was to get them out of there. I don't want them to stay there unless you've developed a connection, unless it's actually still truly benefiting you, or if you actually have some type of dependency on it, which would be against the point of the program, then you're slowly going to fade away. But what is really cool is I've spoken with people years ago, and they pop back on the calendar and be like, hey, dude, I haven't had alcohol in 3 years since our last chat, dude. Just wanted to catch up. I'm like, what, dude? You look so healthy and so good, dude. I love it. I get testimonials all the time of people I forgot I spoke to. So the point of that, like, I'm not building a community so I can constantly stay in contact. But there are people that I have met that are really close friends of mine. They needed the program. They graduated through it. They're thriving now. And we're all equally on the same journey. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to help as many people as possible, you know? So like Eric, if he's in here, he might not be in here, but he's a war veteran, dude. Now he's like the veteran support specialist for the program, dude. Super powerful stuff, man. I absolutely had to go to the hospital to quit. I was losing my mind and body, been sober since October. Dude, that's amazing, Triple X. There is nothing wrong with seeking support. Some of the most incredible people I've met have been the ones that were embarrassed to talk to me. We have to get, like, we have to practice saying what we need. We have to be vulnerable, dude. You got to remember this. You're already practicing your state of vulnerability by drinking. You're already admitting to yourself that you're struggling. That's why you're having a drink. You're not having a drink. You don't have a problem with alcohol or practicing alcoholic behavior because of how happy you are. You're not. That's just not how it works. It's not physically and emotionally possible to have a problem with alcohol and be happy. You can't. Alcohol is a neurotoxin. It shrinks your brain, okay? It destroys over 3 million lives every single year. We don't develop problems with toxins because of how good we're doing. We have to, you're drinking because of your level of vulnerability and not wanting to feel that vulnerable. Remember, we're not drinking because we don't care. We're drinking because we don't want to care. So when we reach out, when we get a free resource, when we just Google something, when we're on the hunt, when we could just like man up or woman up for a second and just go, what I'm doing isn't working, or there has to be another way, we start doing the work. The work is in figuring out what is or is not going to work for you. Keep in mind, I'm not for everybody, and I don't want to be. Austin, not for everybody, and he doesn't want everybody either. AA, they accept anyone. If you feel like you want to be a part of that type of community, do it. But the reality is the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So the way that I seek support with myself is the same way that I ask her for help when I need it. The same way that she seeks support is the same way that she asks me for help. These are so important as a human being, dude. And how we feel about our vulnerability just amplifies why we think we're not worth it. No one wants to help us, why we're a burden. Like we're just like some succubus. Trust me, dude. You could leave anytime you want. You don't have to be here. You could just go. Are you sure you want this? It's only gonna get worse. We have to get unhealthy. We have to feel unhealthy. We have to get uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
It's in those uncomfortable moments that we speak with someone that goes, I understand what you're saying and how you're feeling. It's not like that. And thank goodness it's just a feeling. This is what we want to do moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You waiting for me? Want me to say something?
You are saying something.
Okay. Hi. I feel like because of the questions coming through, normally I write a lot, and he was so cute in the beginning of this. He's like, you don't have to do this. And I'm like, remember, my ADHD is different. So I do really well with visualization and reading. I guess you could categorize those together, and listening at the same time. So when things are coming at me fast, or people have really deep questions, and again, for anyone ever watching this, he's not ignoring you. He's talking, he's thinking, he's doing his best. He never wears contacts on purpose. He's one of those. I'm like, I have to put my eyeballs in, or I feel like my life is fading and everything is failing. He's like, I want it all to be blurred. I just want to focus right here, right now, where I need all of the things lit up. So for me, this is how I work. So I'm just the helper. That's all I do. I'm not trying to do this on my own, but I do feel like from the questions coming in, Austin being here, and just in general, like what we've kind of listened to with people lately is, it's got to be this way. It's got to be that way.
She's not just a helper, dude.
Anyway, I'm like way back here too. I feel weird. I'm like, normally we're like on top of each other, and that's just how we roll. But my point with that is again, if you're a person that needs to have like those daily check-ins, or a meeting, or a community like that on Marco Polo, or in person, or you're not failing your sobriety or your recovery, no matter what you're searching for. If you do Austin's lives, Kohdi's program, go to AA, listen to them on Zoom, listen to a different dude's podcast. There's no like formula. But if you feel lost and you're like, I'm so lost that I can't think, and that's what I feel in my heart, I read a lot of on these lives is I need you to tell me what I need to do because I am so lost. If that's the case, then just start clicking on those bios. Click on him. Does it look right for you? Does the price look right? Does the community look right? Do the steps look right? Can I fit that in my schedule? Is this really what I want, or should I keep searching? No one out there that's coaching anyone with this stuff.
Emmy is never just a helper. She's a 50% power couple.
Well, I love you. And you're my brother from another mother.
Dude,
and that's facts.
I can't wait to show you the video we just put together, bro.
Oh, it's like slightly uncomfortable for me.
It's so hot, bro. Like, it's like, no, dude,
Diet Coke. La la la.
Yeah.
Anyway, just don't ever feel like you have to do it just your way. When I was starting my journey, there were so many things that I had tried that didn't work that work for other people.
Yeah.
I love that for them. There's no reason to come down on people about that. I want you, any of you, to go, if I'm that desperate and I need a detailed 1, 2, 3 list, bullet points, give me all the things, then try it. And if it doesn't work, try something else. But stop inviting yourself to that definition of insanity of trying something over and over and over again where it doesn't freaking work for you.
Yeah,
There's so many options, and you don't have to have it just be the right way. It's your way.
Your way is the
journey.
only way, dude.
Yeah,
100%.
That's where I get really hung up with people on any of the programs in AA and Al-Anon especially. We were just in an AA party yesterday.
Yeah.
And I heard, and you know what? Some of these people that I've met through my mom are some of the best people I've ever met in my life. And they work the program. We're talking DUIs, lost their marriages, lost children, lost so much of their freaking houses, cars, jobs, felonies up the wazoo. There's so much. And they're fucking out there, man. And they're together and they've made a community. That's my mom's a huge part of her family. I love that for her. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me personally when I started to struggle and I was starting to go, oh man, my life is fucking imploding and I'm the problem. I can't focus on this, that, or the other thing because I've worked those steps. I've done it and it's not working for me. That's why I had to reach further and do other things. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if any of those people there were going to be upset about that, I would have definitely backed myself up. But where I'm going with this is I just randomly through a table heard some AAers go, and then I tried Al-Anon because, my husband was drinking or da-da-da, and it fucking sucked. I couldn't graduate fast enough. And I thought to myself, you couldn't graduate fast enough? What is the hurry? Yeah. Why are we hurrying through this? Were the steps too annoying? Were they taking too long? And again, here I am at a full-on sober AA recovered party with someone that had celebrated 24 years.
So this is outside of AA. This is like at a house.
Yeah,
like people are just they're celebrating their sobriety. Yes. 23
which
years.
was beautiful. And they had a kick-ass party, by the way.
Yeah.
The kids had a blast, and it was, oh my God, some of the beverages and the food were so good.
Super banging.
But I thought that was so interesting. Here we are at a full-on, like everyone here has been sober just decades.
Yeah.
And they're still going, ugh, and this sucked, and that sucked. And that's okay.
It's really interesting. You guys know that, like, sober isn't my personality. Like, when I'm here and I'm chatting with you, I'll talk about it.
Well, not according to some people that like to get on this live. They love to talk for you.
I know. But the trip is that I found in the clique of AAers, right, who, keep in mind, naturally do not support what I'm doing. They think that AA is the only way. I've been to AA. It didn't work for me either. I have nothing against them. I'm just so happy that they are excited and growing and taking care of themselves. They're throwing sober parties like it's just water and all these things. Super duper amazing.
Lots of seltzer water. But
the second I started talking about my past, not going to the realm of liver failure, but when I started to talk about how I used to drink, keep in mind, I didn't want to talk about this stuff, but I knew that they did. So I talked about the alcohol that I liked, how I used to drink, what my preferences were, all these things. Then the conversation started to pick up, and now it feels like AA. Because I don't care what you drink, how you drink, what you lost, what you did, what you didn't do. I care about who you are, what you're doing, where you're going. And if what you're saying to me is you need a drink, you want to drink, and you miss drinking, and you can't live without it, and all this stuff, then we have some deep-rooted issues, because that's not normal conversation. That's not what we want to be talking about. We don't want to ruminate and rewire and rebuild our conscious and subconscious with what where our pains come from. We could talk about the butterflies flying by, but we're talking about the vodka that we can't drink anymore because we done messed up too many times. They actually started talking about NA beers. And they're like, what do you think about NA beers? It's like, I don't recommend that for anybody that is not solid in their recovery. And they're like, that would just make me angry. Like, what's the point of a non-alcoholic beer? Like, and I'm like, Hey, I respect you, dude. But a lot of people enjoy the taste. Like, there's a reason why they exist. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could support other people's choices, and we're allowed to do that. You'll actually feel better by understanding why other people choose that specific modality. Dude, I'm telling you this. I say it all the time. If they came out with a guaranteed 00 blue moon with an orange, I would drink it all day. So good. It is so good. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just so good. 00, like rockin' Corona. Love that drink. Not because of how it made me feel, but it reminds me of like summer. Like, give me a lime, bro. I love the whole experience. It was super awesome. Had some great times with it. It tastes good. I like the skunk for some reason. I don't know. Is it a man thing? I don't know. But the point is if I could have a Corona, and with the 00 guaranteed, there's no alcohol, no possible, made with artificial whatever, I would drink it because I enjoy the taste of it. I really, really do. Real quick, enigmatic, dude. I want to answer this, dude. Yes. I paused the screen on this. You said you feel like you don't want to do anything hungover, and then I get bored, and drinks give me energy. I love that, bro. And I lived like that for so long. Every day, over 700 days. I felt exactly that, dude.
I still feel like that.
Yeah. So let me tell you about this, bro. Nobody wants to feel hungover. As you get older, just waking up, you feel hungover. This is why we have nutrition, dude. We got to make sure that we have enough vitamins and minerals and nutrients and caffeines and stuff. You should see the things that
we take morning, day, and night. Like,
dude,
it is like...
it's just bananas. And
I've got him on board, too. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
More pee. More
it's a thing. But the point is nobody likes to feel hungover. Nobody likes to feel sluggish. They don't like the brain fog. They don't like the dehydration. They don't like feeling drunk when they're not drinking. They don't like the numbing wearing off. They don't like the physical pains, the emotional pains. They don't like to deal with any... Life is not supposed to be fun when you drink a poison. It's not. So to assume that anyone enjoys being hungover is just banana sandwiches. Now, with that said, that is one of the main reasons why I continue drinking, okay? The question that I asked this bartender, keep in mind, he had been a bartender longer than I had been drinking alcohol. And I said, hey, man, how do you not have hangovers, bro? He's like, I never have hangovers. You want to know what the cure is to never having a hangover? I was like, what is it? He says, just keep drinking. What? He's like, yeah, bro. If you're still buzzed, you're not going to feel hungover. Like, all of those symptoms go away. Here's a double shot. Right. But this was one thing that, like, it's one thing to like drink in the morning. This is 10 a.m. I'm at the bar because we partied all night. And then this bartender's like, here's a double shot of tequila. He's like, just keep drinking. If you don't want withdrawals and you don't want hangovers, just keep drinking. Perfect. I was sick enough and desperate enough because of the hangovers that I just did what he said. He said it so casually. He said it so effortlessly. He said it without hesitation. And nobody else at the bar was correcting him or attempting to get me to like sway my thoughts. They all just grabbed a drink and we all just drank. That is how I started deep alcoholic behavior, which caused the withdrawals, which created the addiction. Okay. The other part of this, I say that to go, don't let the fear of withdrawals and your unwillingness to move through a hangover, which is just lack of sleep and dehydration, stop you from drinking less or taking care of yourself, bro. Just don't do that. The other part of this, you said you get bored and drinks give me energy. Okay. You don't get bored. You suck at entertaining yourself. It's your fault. Nobody can entertain you. The very beginning of this conversation was the only thing you're ever experiencing is you. You suck at entertaining yourself. So when you drink, guess what happens? You become unaware of how boring you are. And what's left is everything appearing to be entertaining. That little butterfly I was talking about earlier, look at it, little flap its little tiny wings. Are you practicing? Does alcohol make you do that? No. It removed your awareness to how insecure you are because you don't want to go, oh my God, look at the butterflies, unless you're drinking. You're allowed to go, oh my God, the butterflies, you see it? You could do that without alcohol, but for some reason, you don't. You don't entertain yourself. You don't go pick up the roly-polies. You don't build flea circuses. You don't do any of the things that make you an entertaining person. If you're not drinking, you probably aren't invited to the party. Get it? You suck at entertaining yourself. We all do until we practice. And here's the other part of that statement. Alcohol and drinks give me energy. No, they don't, bro. Alcohol is a depressant. It is a drug. It is a neurotoxin. Yeah. So here's what happens. When you're super lethargic and super tired and you have alcohol, guess what happens? In the same way that it removes your awareness to how boring of a person you are, it also removes your awareness to how exhausted you are. It numbs all of the physiological triggers and synapses responses that make it seem like you're exhausted. You're not exhausted just because you've been up. You're exhausted because your body needs to heal. Your brain needs to recover. You're tired because you've expelled all of your energy. Why do we expel all of our energy? When we give it to things that need it. Why do we sleep? To recover so we have more energy. The whole point of sleep is to heal. So if you were drinking last night, you weren't sleeping last night. If there was alcohol in your body, not only were you awake the whole time, but blacked out or drunk or numb to it, you weren't sleeping at all. You definitely weren't hydrated. You weren't gaining more energy because you weren't asleep. And now that the numbing of the alcohol is worn off, you're aware of how little sleep you got, how dehydrated you actually are, and you're blaming it on the alcohol. And then you're going, you know what I need to do? I need to drink and do it all over again. This is the cycle. This is the cycle. Now, that doesn't mean you're an alcoholic. That doesn't mean you have an addiction. It doesn't even mean you have a dependency. But you are acting the exact same as someone that does have a dependency. So I'm not sure which is worse. Pretending to be an alcoholic and doing nothing about it? Or actually, here's what's worse. You can tell me. Pretending to be an alcoholic and doing nothing about it, or being an alcoholic and trying to do something about it. Because you practice enough alcoholic behavior, you're going to develop a dependency to where that's the only way you could function. That's what a functioning alcoholic is. A functioning alcoholic is somebody that drinks to act sober. They're more drunk. They're in more pain. They are less functional when they're not drinking. And in order for them to reach zero and act like a regular human being, they have to drink alcohol. Their life has become unmanageable without alcohol in their body. And then they get things done. So we don't want to practice that behavior, especially if we don't have a dependency, because we're just mimicking pure alcoholic behavior in the hopes that we don't develop an addiction. That's crazy, dude. Right? I just met a friend who was an alcoholic, and he was so boring when he didn't drink. He was so fun. I get you, dude. That's kind of how it goes.
All had that fun drunk friend.
The fun drunk friend? Yeah.
I was the fun drunk friend.
Oh yeah, me too. I was always invited to parties. Now people go, you don't drink? You must be fun at parties, bro. Frankie, for anybody that's going, hey dude, I need your help. Look, there's only so much that I could do here on TikTok, which is why I've built the programs and my calendar's open and I respond to emails and I do text messages and all the things, man. Eric, dude, he's our veteran support specialist, dude. He's been through the program. He's there to help you too.
Over 1,000 days. Woo, woo, woo.
That's amazing, bro. I'm telling you this. So many of us are afraid to seek help. We are afraid to find out how bad things are. Beyond Sober is about changing your perspectives. And Eric knows what this is all about, dude. One of the most common phrases I hear is, I'm so excited for Beyond Sober. Why would someone say that? Especially if they're struggling with sobriety and recovery. It's because it doesn't feel like a sobriety program. It doesn't feel like there's something wrong. You're changing your thoughts. You're learning new concepts and perspectives. You're able to shift the way you see yourself. You could think differently, so you drink differently, either little or none. The point is that Beyond Sober is there to help you redevelop a narrative that works for you. I can't give you the narrative, but I can help you design one. When you are the sole proprietor of your success, you become your biggest fan. Beyond Sober is that fuel source, that foundational aspect, the thing that's not going anywhere, the thing you could rely on 24/7. you're a part of the program, you're a part of the community, you're a part of the accountability. You become someone that we care about and we want to see win. Of course, you pick your own level of involvement because it's self-paced, but the point is we're not going anywhere. We're just as committed to you as you are to yourself. So we want to look at these things and go like, okay, cool, I need help. Cool. We need to talk about what kind of help you need, what kind of help you think you need. Because in all actuality, and I said this to a homie earlier, I've never met a single person who's optimized their brain, optimized their body, optimized their environment, and still struggle with alcohol. Ever. It's just like when you focus, the cure to alcoholism is happiness. Happy people don't have addictive personalities that lead them back to punishing their happiness. It just doesn't happen. So we need to focus on what stage of evolution you're in, who you are, who you believe you're becoming, and more importantly, what story you've been telling yourself that's been preventing you from reaching out sooner. I'm telling you, dude, the most badass, incredible, and astronomically strong people I've ever met have been on a Zoom call because they signed up for Beyond Sober, dude. I've met some bad mamma jammas in the gym, but I'm seriously your biggest fan, dude. You guys are doing work that I've already done. You're doing it in ways that I never could because you have the tools that I wish I had. You are in a position to teach me how to do it better. I'm so stoked for that, dude. Frankie, everybody that signs up for Beyond Sober, there's no charge to sign up for Beyond Sober, just so you know. But anybody that signs up for Beyond Sober is given an option in 3 different areas. Immediately it says, hey, do you want to log into Beyond Sober or do you want to book a call? If you hit book a call, it's going to take you to my calendar. You pick a time that works best for you. Keep in mind, that's what these screens are for. It's for calls. You work whatever works for you. And then as soon as you're done, it's going to forward you back to the login screen so you can get into the program and start practicing. That's going to take you to the intro. That from right there, you have immediate access to the Facebook group. And then you've got access to all the tools, all the affirmations, all the things we want you to start doing like now or as soon as possible. As you start moving through that, we're going to have a call and then I'm going to see where you're at, right? And then I'm going to meet with you again as you complete module 2. Then I'm going to meet with you again if there's an emergency. Then I'm going to meet with you again at graduation so you have your certificate and we'll throw a graduation party and we'll talk about what's next. But yeah, dude, I don't want you to think that I'm inaccessible. A lot of people go like, I thought it was going to be one of your workers. Dude, it's just, I'm a one-man show, bro. This is all I do. I'm helping as many people as I possibly can with the tools and resources that I have. And I'm so thankful that this beautiful woman right here is facilitating such an amazing, amazing environment for me to grow and get stronger and help you, you know?
Try really hard.
You're doing amazing.
Frankie, I see a lot of your, Frankie Smith, you're signing up tonight. We've talked a little bit during this live. I'm done with this life. I'm proud of you. And I hope you do. And again, like you said, there's no like cost. There's often people that come through like, what are you selling, bro? Like, okay, first of all, even AA isn't free. It's all donation based, but it's a huge conglomerate. It took almost 100 years for them to get where they are. And again, that works for some people. We're not dissing it. We're not dogging it. Karen, I saw you. Don't be doing the thing because I'm not in the mood. I already went through this earlier. You must have missed that part. No offense. It's just, no one's dogging out anybody trying to help someone get sober. I'm his helper. I'm his partner. I'm the sparkly hype girl in the back, big cheerleader. That's what I do. This is this guy's program. He's been doing this. He's been through a lot and he's doing his best to help people. So Frankie, back to you. I love that you've reached out. I love that you're fucking sick of how you're feeling. That's amazing. Because it takes sometimes several times to be sick of how you are, not you, but anyone, to get to where you need to be. So yeah, sign up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with reaching out. There's nothing wrong with getting on the email list. There's nothing, all of it is free. Beyond Sober podcast. It's just Spotify, Beyond Sober, type it in. It's free. Like there's so many free
the
things
recovery
out
guide,
there.
dude, like right when you sign up, you can go to the link in the bio. You'll see a pop-up right there that says, dude, get this recovery guide. I'm reaching out to you as your accountability partner for the next 2 weeks. If you're serious, you want to connect with me, you want to work with me for the next 2 weeks, no charge, hit that, dude. Jump in. That guide, there's soon to be released 20 chapters, but the guide is more than enough. You could download it, you could open it, it's a PDF, it's also a website. It's for you to benefit from. I can't even tell you how many people have gotten their hands on it and just didn't need the program at all. I literally go, hey, Maybe you just need a free resource that has all the information in it. Take it, run with it, do what you can. If it's not enough, there's more. Go through the program, take it, do what you can with it. If it's not enough, there's more. Work with me, do what you can with it. If this doesn't work, there's also more. There's always a solution. Daniel, so yes, the answer is yes. Can I sign my partner up and pay for everything and have him have the Zoom call with you? Absolutely. I want you to approach this subject very, very delicately. And the reason for this is I've put out numerous videos on how to help someone who's struggling. You cannot force someone to give a shit. You cannot tell them what they have to do. You cannot just prescribe them something in the hopes that they're going to care about it. Look, we don't know. If you've never been an alcoholic, struggling in the depths of the sauce, it is impossible to understand the way the brain functions. Thankfully, I've done enough work to be able to reiterate, repackage the thoughts of an alcoholic and be able to convey them in such a way that I can help their partner understand. This is a super weapon that I have. I've been practicing for many, many, many years. I say this to go, of course you can sign them up. Get permission. Speak to them first. Make sure they know. Because the last thing that they want is an email from me saying, dude, what's up, bro? I'm so stoked you're a part of the community, dude. Here's a bunch of tools right here. Here's what you got to do. Welcome, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what the hell is this? So make sure that they're excited about that call. Make sure that they're excited about moving forward. Because I'm telling you this, man. People come and they start working with me and we chat for an hour. They usually show up pretty damn glum, but they always leave super stoked, super excited, high vibrational, lots of smiles. Nowadays, I actually do screenshots with permission. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of what you look like when you showed up and a screenshot of what you look like at the end of the conversation so you know that you have what it takes. In these calls, they're designed specifically to look at who you are, where you are, and which direction you're actually going and where you'd like to go. We can format these things so I could literally simplify this and create a blueprinted regimen based on who you are and where you are. That way, when you jump into Beyond Sober, Yolanda, you have like the fast track design specific for who you are. Sometimes people just need to have a call and that's it. And then they're sober for the rest of their life. Other people really want the program. They want all the other tools and resources that I've developed across the years. And I send that over in an email. But I don't want anybody to just sign someone up on the website in the hopes that maybe it'll change their mind. It's a very, very delicate subject. So we want to be courteous and cautious and approach this from a place of love. Some love hurts when we're doing it incorrectly, but true love does not hurt, man. So we got to, the tough love doesn't always work. You should drink a beer. That for what? Thank you. I'm going to look for your video.
This stuff gets my Irish up so damn bad.
Oh, the
Move
Irish.
on.
You should drink a beer. I get that all the time. I used to get
Why
fucking
don't you go
furious.
drink a fucking beer, dude?
Oh, you do it?
Like,
What's it gonna do?
Like, there's so much shit, dude. Billions of videos everywhere. Like, this is what you must have way too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
Sir, where's your mom? Go
hey,
clean
thank you so
something.
much for the gifts, man. I sincerely appreciate you.
Go on with the band.
With all of this said, it's super hot. My cheeks are on fire. We've got to eat. The wiener needs to eat too. Hannah, hey, thank you so much. Hey, I sincerely appreciate you guys. This conversation will be live on the Beyond Sober podcast. So if you're listening to this on the podcast right now, you guys can come kick it with me at beyondsober.org. Feel free to send me a message. Feel free to get on the calendar. Feel free to reach out to me. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm even on LinkedIn, dude. I'm on, Medium for blogs, dude. I am everywhere. If you're struggling to find me, simple Google search Beyond Sober or Kohdi Rayne. You'll find everything. I'm an international best-selling author, dude. I've been on countless podcasts. Got a book coming out, the official Beyond Sober book. Lots and lots and lots of content. And I'm going to put some clips from this specific episode out on all my social media platforms. So if you're seeing this, if you're hearing this, I appreciate you. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't let your insecurities, which we all have, or your misconceptions of personal growth or help stop you from getting what you need. We're here for you. we want to see you win. We want you to feel good about who you are. And if one of the tools that we've created can help you get there, then let's roll. On that note, we're going to bounce. I love you. Just like my mother always says, take care of you, dude.